Hi, let's get reacquainted. I'm Cordelia Gaffar. I call myself the ultimate joy goddess. I'm also the CEO of my own company, Cordelia Gaffar Enterprises, and I help women of faith to consider pleasure as a possibility. But this isn't about me, this is about you. For the past several months, I've been in hibernation. I sent you a newsletter the other day, and just to tell you where I've gotten to in my hibernation mode. And now with spring, I have reemerged and wanting to serve you in a completely enriching way like never before. Yes, I have previously called myself a coach, and I no longer resonate or identify with that title, and dare I say that industry. And if I'm honest, I never did. I always considered myself a conduit for divine knowledge, and my inspiration for beginning my business really had more to do with reconnecting women to their bodies, to their spiritual self, and to the possibility of nurturing themselves on a cellular level. Because as a mother of 6 myself, who chose to homeschool my kids now for over 20 years, I immediately knew the importance of nurturing myself on a cellular level. There's no other way to exist as a human, but in particular as a mother. So while I say I work with women of faith, you may hear yourself being disqualified as I speak. And you don't have to disqualify yourself. You can hear yourself in anything I say. Perhaps you don't have 6 children, as many people don't these days, but you might have one, or you might have a fur baby, or your children may have already left home, right? So my children range from adult all the way down to preteen. So as I'm speaking to you, think, what are your requirements when it comes to the thought of pleasure? How are you experiencing pleasure in your life? Are you experiencing pleasure in your life? When it comes to intimacy, how are you experiencing intimacy in your life? Are you experiencing intimacy in your life? Do you miss pleasure? Do you miss intimacy? Are you intrigued by the thought of a possible art form to learn so that you can have more of both if you choose? And so in the newsletter that I sent you the other day, I said something about beginning a program on April 8th, which is next Monday. And I'm aware that, it would be lovely to reemerge and people want to participate immediately, but we need some time to get to know each other again. So I've decided to push back the date to April 21st. So what that will look like is, back in February, I created a calendar, which I call 29 Days to Leap into Intimacy, into your intimacy. And what I've done basically is expanded that, right? So I've taken the 29 days, and which you can use any time of the year. I've taken the 29 days and given you an opportunity to be with me, working through it twice. So essentially for 60 days, I will work with you and a group of women, right? And go through this calendar. And so every day, this calendar offers you prompts. You can think of them as life prompts, right? So we have journal prompts, but these are life prompts to experiment with for 29 days. And we meet once a week, right? I wish I could be with you there every day, but that's not the case. Well, let me say this. In a way, it's kind of the case, because I do have a LinkedIn group that will support you. Or I also have the option of a Facebook group to support you. So because everybody's not on LinkedIn and everybody's not on Facebook, but I'm on both. So so in that way, I will be with you, and the other women in the program will also be with you, to support each other as you're going through something that may seem a little bit uncomfortable. So I am so curious as to how you experience your pleasure, how you experience intimacy in your life. And it's okay, if they don't occur at all. That's what I want to help you with. Because what I found out is the more deeply I self-nurture myself, I couldn't help but become more intimate with myself. And in that intimacy, I couldn't help but experience more pleasure in my life. And you know what I found out? I didn't even realize how many areas in my body and in my thought process I had gone numb. So if this sounds like you, let's connect, let's reconnect. And if this doesn't sound like you, you can feel free to leave my newsletter list, or disassociate. Or if it doesn't sound like you, but you know somebody that could benefit, then put them in touch with me. Thank you for being with me these few minutes and listening to the reintroduction of who I am. I will be sending you probably more videos than newsletters. Well, videos in the form of newsletters in the coming days and weeks as we approach April 21st. I'll give you an opportunity to actually click a link and purchase, but I want to kind of slow things down and let's just get reacquainted. So let's just answer the questions that are above this video, and let me know who you are, where you're at, and if any of this is resonating for you. Oh, and happy spring.